We don't have a sound system, so I'll try to project. Hopefully everybody can hear me. First, I'd like to welcome all of you and thank you for being here. We're here to honor the Clouse family, Lenny and Lynn Clouse, and one of the things that we wanted to have, in addition to a lot of our staff and faculty and community members, was a number of our students, particularly student athletes. This wonderful facility is not just for athletics. It's available for all of our students and staff and faculty to use for general recreation and exercise. It's also available for members of the community, and we've already had a number of community groups, not only from the city of Tiffin, but from Seneca County and other parts of Ohio use this building. So the athletes, so we have a lot of the track and field athletes over on my right. They were in the midst of practicing. We've asked them to hold off for a minute, and they'll go back to practicing. In the turf area, I think the baseball team has been practicing, and the softball team will practice there in a few minutes. And I know we've got a lot of football players, soccer players, and a variety of other student athletes, as well as students who aren't athletes here. So thanks to all of you for being here. I'd like to recognize several people that are here, and then Ron will also recognize some of our elected officials later on, but we have several members of the Tiffin University Board of Trustees, and as all of you know, the board provides great leadership for Tiffin University, and one of the reasons we've been so successful in recent years is we've got an excellent board. I'll introduce them and just ask them to wave and be recognized. Our Vice Chair, Claire Johansson, Bill Reinecke Sr., there's Bill, Mike Klepper, Gene Schalk, a former trustee, is with us today. Fred Zoller, who's a trustee, and he'll also be introduced as a county commissioner. He's doing double duty today. I'm also very pleased to have our good friend, President Rob Huntington, the president of Heidelberg University, who's with us today. Thank you, Rob, and a couple of his colleagues. So thanks to everyone for being here. We're pleased to be here today to dedicate the Clouse lobby of the Heminger Center in honor of Lenny and Lynn Clouse and their children, Brian, Nicole, and Lindsay, and their parents, Carl and Rosemary Clouse, and Richard and Joan Perry. Lenny and Lynn have built Clouse Construction Company into a very successful company by earning a reputation for honesty and for providing quality work at a reasonable price. They have also been active members in the community and have served as volunteers and leaders on several community boards and organizations. Clouse Construction Company was the general contractor, along with ACI Construction Company, for this wonderful new addition to the TU campus, which, as I said, is also providing a first-rate venue for events sponsored by various organizations in our community, our county, and our state. Lynn and Lenny have been loyal supporters and financial donors of TU for many years, including a major gift to our capital campaign that helped to raise the funds for this building. In recognition of this major gift and for all of their other positive contributions made by the Clouses to the university and the community, I am pleased to dedicate this lobby as the Clouse Lobby. And at this time, I would like to ask Ron Schumacher, our Vice President for Development and Public Affairs, to come to the podium.
I'd like to welcome all the students. You're getting great use out of this facility, and part of that is really due to Lenny and Lynn's generosity and the generosity of the campus community that's here today. We thank all of you. I'd like to welcome the public officials here today, Commissioner Jeff Wagner, Commissioner Fred Zoller, our Representative Rex Damschroeder, Representative from SIDEC, Rich Folk, our Mayor, Mr. Aaron Montz, and Commissioner Holly Stacy. Thank you all for attending. The opening of the Heminger Center, as Dr. Marion said, is the final component of the university's 9-year quest to transform the former Rosenblatt property into university use. TU partnered with federal, state, and local government agencies to bring more than $30 million in enhancements to Tiffin University. The Heminger Center is the centerpiece of the Share the Pride, Build on Tradition campaign for Tiffin University, a campaign which set a goal at $12 million. Little bit about Lenny. In 1974, Lenny Clouse became an official member of the Tiffin University family when he enrolled at Tiffin University. Clouse Construction was founded in 1975 in New Regal, Ohio, and soon became affiliated with Butler Manufacturing Company. This relationship has grown through the years and enables Clouse to offer its customers the industry's most versatile, most dependable line of pre-engineered steel buildings. Through the years, Clouse Construction's capabilities have also come to include all types of building materials and styles, including conventional steel, brick, and concrete. Clouse Construction has had prestigious recognition as Butler Manufacturing's Builder of the Year Award for the Great Lakes region, which is given annually to the contractor who achieves the highest standards of performance and service in the area. Clouse Construction is also ranked 37th in the nation and tops the list of Ohio metal builders by tonnage in the May 2011 issue of Metal Construction News. The Clouse family exemplifies their mission statement. We did a little homework on Lenny and his company, and his mission statement reads, "At Clouse Construction, we focus on doing the best possible job. For our clients, that means using the best products and completing the project for the best price. For our employees, that means creating a work environment which combines big-time professionalism with small-town friendliness and values. And for the communities where we do business, it means giving back and contributions of time, materials, and money. Yes, our business is building structures, but our mission is building people, the companies they work for, and the towns they live in." And Lenny truly exemplifies his mission statement, and his family continues to be an example of that. Our Tiffin community has thrived because of the Clouse family contributions. Clouse Construction was general contractor with ACI on the Heminger Center project. Lenny and Lynn are 13-year members of Tiffin University's President's Club, and Clouse Construction was one of TU's top donors in Share the Pride, Build on Tradition campaign. Lenny and Lynn, I'd invite you to step forward with Dr. Marion. Today, we dedicate this lobby in honor of Lenny and Lynn Clouse, their children, Brian, Nicole, and Lindsay, and their parents, Carl and Rosemary Clouse, and Richard and Joan Perry. The Clouse lobby. We now invite Lenny and Lynn to come up and say a few words.
You want to do all the talking? First off, I want to thank Paul and his wife Susan, the TU staff, and I can't forget Mike Grandella. A lot of foresight here, probably 15 years ago, doing a project like this. Takes a lot of time and effort and dreams on everybody's part. If everybody could take a minute, I'd like you to look to anywhere in front, behind the side of you, look them in the eye and say, "My, you've never looked better before in your life." Can you do that? "My, you've never looked better before in your life." Okay. Okay. And I'll tell you what, and I can tell you what, Tiffin University's never looked better before in its life. Never. Because it didn't look like this in 1974. Yeah. I want to tell you a little bit while I'm up here about my family and thank all the nice things you said, Ron. My wife, Lynn. My son, Brian. Stand up, everybody. Check you out and see how good looking you are. That's his lovely wife, Jill. Jill can stand up. My parents have passed away. Lynn's parents, it's Dick and Joan Perry. Stand up there and let them take a look at you. Come on. Also here, my sister Marge is here with her husband John Kieran. Could you stand up? There you go. My sister Carol and her husband Bill Ken. My first cousin, a TU board member, Gene Schalk, and his wife Betty. And my brother Norman's here someplace. I don't see him. Where is he? But he wanted to remind everybody that he was on the last national championship at Tiffin University in 1974, right? 1973. See, kids got a lot of work to do here. Oh, my sister Mary Alice, who's usually late here with her husband Barry. Yeah. All right. Want to thank you again for the job, and I did want to tell you a little story about the Clouse family. One of the nice things about my profession is I get around all the different communities and I meet a lot of different people. And I stumbled, I was doing a project for a fella, personally, and his dad and mom were there, and his dad got to talking to me, and he got married. He said he was 17 years old, and his wife at the time was 15. He was born in 1915, he said. And his parents didn't want him to get married. They thought they were too young. But they were in love and they got married anyhow. And they didn't have a place to live. Across from my grandparents' farm at the time, there was a dilapidated home that was uninhabitable, but they moved in anyhow. They got married, moved in. My grandparents were their neighbors, and he told me, he said, I'll never forget, and what the warm feelings, we were there in August with, we didn't have 2 nickels to rub together, and we don't know what we would have done without your grandparents. They gave us food, they helped us with that. When they butchered, they gave us meat, they helped us along. He gave me cutting tools, we could cut wood. He basically survived us because of them. And he said he was just so thankful. So I'm standing here today to make a little hope and prayer that everyone here will remember, if you really want to be successful, the more you care about other people, what you do and how you do it, I believe the better off you'll be. It makes your life much, much easier. And I'm hoping that, and I actually know this, what a great facility here, Paul, for recruiting, for practicing. You guys are lucky you're inside today, right? And all these winter months. And how many people come to Tiffin, Ohio, to Tiffin University and go to this facility and just walk out of here like, wow, and what a great impression, what a great community we have here. So please, if I wish all the students, staff, and especially Bud Ken to take good care of this place. So we'll be on. You want to add anything, Lynn?
I just want to thank everybody for coming, and we really appreciate it, and we're really excited about this building.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I did have one little story with this, all the problems with
Oh, geez.
Jim Tressel, Joe Paterno, and now guy with the bike, and then Monte can't find his girlfriend and everything else. I just thought I'd come out and say, as a young child, I had a real drug problem. And it took me years to overcome it. And I'll tell you, growing up with my sisters and older brothers, mom and dad, they used to drug me to church. And then they drug me to school all the time. And then they drugged me all over the place. They just kept drugging me. So I finally overcame that. And I'm not a drug addict anymore. I'm on my own. All right. Kids all have fun. Take good care of this place, will you now? All right. Thanks.
Thanks, Lenny. Thanks, Lynn. Along with the Clouse family plaque, we also have a new plaque for the Heminger Center honoring Gary and Jane Heminger, as well as a donor recognition plaque for those donors who gave $1,000 or more to the campaign for Tiffin University. In the next few months, look for information in the mail to celebrate the success of this campaign with a campaign victory party. Celebration will be held on May 15th. More details will follow. Please feel free to enjoy tours of the building. Also, refreshments and snacks are right here at the concession stand. Thank you all for coming. Appreciate it.
Well, it's a big day here at the Heminger Center, and today we dedicate our lobby. It's now officially the Clouse lobby. We've got Lenny Clouse, Lynn Clouse, and I think most people watching this here in the community, guys, know the Clouse family. But for those that might be watching this that are not from the area, tell us a little bit about your business and how long you've been around.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Actually, I started the business as a one-man band in 1975. Building garages, homes, and things like that. Kept growing and doing commercial work and stuff. And we had a record-breaking year last year, and a lot of work here in Tiffin too, I might add. But yeah, we did about many millions of dollars more last year than we have before in the past. So thanks.
And Lynn, obviously today is a big day. We're in this beautiful, beautiful facility. Talk about, as folks from the area, from Tiffin, how important this is, not only to Tiffin University, but for the entire community.
Well, I think that it'll be a place for a lot of the people to come in and visit and maybe rent the facility at some time. I know we thought about renting it for a wedding, but at that time they didn't have a floor, so we didn't have much options there. So, but I think that everybody outside of Tiffin University will really enjoy this building a lot. Thank you.
And Lenny, your thoughts as well, because this is just, it's an amazing facility. And now, you know, you guys have your name on the lobby. And when people walk into this amazing facility for the first time, there it is, you know, the Clouse lobby.
Yeah, thanks. I feel so proud for being part of this whole project, because it was, as a lot of you may know, a junk site. And to turn it into such a useful facility. And what I really like about this, there are a lot of people from surrounding areas, surrounding states come here, and you have to be in awe. And you have to leave this facility as, this is Tiffin University, and this is Tiffin, Ohio, in Seneca County. And it just has to make you feel good about lasting impressions that they may have once they leave this facility.
And not only, guys, is it important to you in this community, but it's also, let's not forget, you're a major part of building this facility. It's not only your name is in the lobby, you're a big part of building this facility. And talk about that as far as when you first found out that this was actually going to happen, that the Heminger Center was going to happen, and your thoughts on, oh my gosh, this is you know, something we could be a part of.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, when they initially talked about it, I thought, this is a perfect fit for Clouse Construction. We're very good at doing site work, concrete work, steel erection. Actually, the Butler representative, this is a Butler Steel building, and we happen to be a dealer for them. We have been since 1979. But the year I built this, with this purchase along with our other purchases of that year, I think this is about 25% of our total sales with Butler that year. It put me over the hump. Our company was actually the #1 pre-engineered metal building team in the state of Ohio, and we were ranked, I think, 31st in all of America. And even just a few years ago, the big boys in Columbus, Chicago, different places, they were building millions of square feet, and I wasn't even on the top 100 list. So as the economy took a dive, so did their operations, and here bit by bit, piece by piece, we kept growing, and this added to the whole repertoire here.
And Lynn, lastly, you know, I'm talking to the two of you, but this is not just about the two of you. You've got kids that are going to be here, parents, and it's a family affair. It's not just obviously about the two of you.
Well, hopefully, I have grandkids coming up, and since my own kids are all gone and grown up, let's hope that maybe they'll look at this facility someday.
Well, we certainly appreciate your time, guys. We're going to go downstairs and enjoy the festivities, and congratulations. This is a big day, and you should be very proud.
Yep,
Thank you, Jason.
Thank you very much, Jason. Thanks.
All right, that's Lenny and Lynn Clouse here at the Heminger Center today, the dedication of the Clouse Lobby.